This is a Yamaha 100 L5T model. I think it was built between 1967 and 69, this model somewhere. It had a, mine's got a, it's almost like a dual seat, but really it's a single seat. Most of them look a bit like this one here. This model there. You can see it with the rack on the back and a single seat. But this one here had a full-size seat on it. And it's quite a big restoration job, this one. I just acquired this bike for nothing from, believe it or not, its original owner. And they couldn't register it in Australia because the indicators, instead of being there, needed to be on the tail light. So just because of that, I thought it was too hard to do, so they parked it in behind a shed out in the open, and it stayed there for 40 years, 40 plus years. So as you can see, it's gotten very, very rusty. The brakes are all seized, gear levers seized, but the engine actually turns over, and I'm going to have a go at starting it for the first time in all that time. It's actually only done an original 1,246 miles. So looking inside the engine here, it looks all very clean and tidy. Everywhere where the weather hasn't gotten to it, it's like brand new basically. So the motor's got heaps of compression. I think they probably came out about the same time as the Kawasaki Bushwhacker that had the electric starter that I have one of. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. It's a bit of a challenge. The tank looks good inside. It doesn't seem to have any rust holes, but I think what I'll end up doing with this one is try and see if I can pull it apart and put it in as much of as I can in a bath of molasses and water. I'll let it sit there for about 12 months. The engine, I think I'll just clean that up. I don't even think I'll pull it apart as it runs. And it did run, and the gearbox worked when it stopped, but at the moment the actual gear lever is seized. I'd say only inside the side cover there where the shaft goes through. It's just been seized up. So is the dual speed transmission knob there. It's seized up as well. I can't move that because obviously the water's gotten down in there and seized it up. But yeah, so it'll be an interesting project. This model's also got the electric start. So I'll just wire into the ignition here, just show you how it starts. Yeah, it's quite a easy start, good starting system. Starts up straight away. Amazing. Smoke. First started in 40 years, not too bad. There we go. The ignition switch is a bit rusty. reckon that's good enough. That's enough to start pulling it apart now, and I'll start rebuilding it. We're going to see if it's charging before I pull it apart. You just never know, it may just happen to charge. So the battery's got, the jumper battery's got 12.83. So I'm going to see if it should charge around 13.5, 14 volts hopefully. Some of these old volt bikes are a little bit less. But we'll give it a go and see what happens.